I hate that. It seems like when you change worlds or something like that, change maps, it breaks the cage of the cursor. Because like now I'm off the screen again. Kind of frustrating. Road to the east. Blackhammer Smithy. Let's go selling. Are you anyone? No, you're not. Hey there, friend. This Almawal man is... I'm not sure... his skin is dusky blue of the deeper oceans, and his thick arms boast corded muscle. Small ears frame a square-jawed face coated in smeared soot and arcing black tattoos alike. He offers you a broad smile as you approach. Welcome! You're the first new face I've seen in some time. What can I do for you? What do you do here? Come to us at a strange time, I'm afraid. Stock's not what it used to be. We've fine weapons and armor to offer yet. All forged right here at the Black Hammer. What happened? We just don't have the supplies. Been expecting the next delivery for near on a week now. Haven't seen a sign of it. Have to expect they were hit by bandits. Road out east is crawling with them. Or my workers ran off with the wagon themselves. Maybe to make some coin. As if that lot would dare. You happen to be headed that way. Maybe you keep an eye out for a supply wagon. Or my shipment at least. They'd be cutting through the Black Meadow, I expect. Only good road for it. As it is, most of our weapons go to His Grace, Lord Raedric. And that's as it should be. But it doesn't leave much for outsiders. We just don't have the iron. I'll find your supplies. And you have me thanks. You bring those supplies back and I'll have plenty more to offer you. A discount to start. Oh, and if you find my workers, tell them to hurry it up. Or they can take up farming instead.
Gods keep you.
Let's see what you got. First of all, you gonna buy my shit? Sell you some hides. I want to keep this for now because I don't know if we're gonna have better. What is Swift? Oh wow, it's got a lot to it. Let's sell the torch. Wow, some expensive shit there, brother. A war bow. Ah, rope and grappling hook. We do want that. Now let's take a pry bar too, because God knows we'll need it. Cool. Let's throw on that war bow.
Welcome.
Let's sell that. Are you guys... Oh, man, you guys are more of the... I think the red hand means that that's stealing, which I'm not really inclined to do right now. I don't want to piss people off in this new town. Let's check out what this dwarf is. You see a group of giants surrounded by a crowd of attacking Zorips. The man is with them, seemingly unconcerned by the battle, even detached from it, as he stands in the middle of his comrades chanting, his expression bordering on elation. His voice is powerful and deep, booming out across the combatants as a rich counterpoint to the chaos of the fighting. With every phrase, the battlefield changes. His allies glow with pulsing blue light, freezing the Zorops that surround them. The blazing pyre erupts from the ground, cutting and burning the creatures and sending them scattering. One of the fallen Zorips suddenly explodes as three giant grubs crawl from its corpse and attack the remaining enemy. Man continues to chant, thoroughly enthralled in the joy of the moment. Finally, the creatures have been reduced to one. His allies stand back as the man approaches it, still chanting. He removes his hammer and swings it at the Zorop. His phrase ends as the hammer connects with its head, punctuating the spell and bringing his song to an end. You see a man crouching, surreptitiously surreptitious and alone. A series of untamed shrubs, all that hides him from the vision's head. His eyes are locked on a Delamangan, beautiful and terrible, eyes half-lidded as she hums. A bird with fantastic blue and orange plumage sits on her shoulder, trilling gently, and the man is entranced. Trembling, tentative, he stands, and the tranquility is broken by the bird's startled squawk. The Delamangan half smiles, beckoning with twig-like fingers. Should not speak as he approaches. His mouth is dripping, sounds of awe and admiration. She waits, coy and tempting, with agonizing slowness. He is before her. Then something changes. She sees something hanging limply from his side and begins to hiss. Fingers, suddenly claws, and eyes black with hate. He has no time to reach for his axe or grimoire as she strikes, and just as soon as she strikes, she is gone. The only evidence of her existence, the shuddering wreck on the ground. He grabs at his grimoire nevertheless, and begins to chant, but the words of magical language of his own imagining scribbled in a maniacal shorthand ring hollow. The silence continues unabated. Turns and shrugs at someone or something, but if there is something there, you do not see it. Okay. Place is weird. I see a lot of triggering going on in chat. Can I get into this house? I don't know if I can rotate the camera. Probably not. Olaf! You see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. First figure raises his hand for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggest an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
What's going on? Mocking us even while he shelters in our village. Just goes to show you what these fancy manners are worth. We don't take kind of that treatment. Not from foreigners, and especially not from Adirans.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Why, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
I'm sorry, what?
I'll cut that barrel-looking tongue out of your head.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
What the fuck? Is he, like, possessed?
That's where you're wrong.
This is unnecessary. Wouldn't you rather be inside drinking than out here arguing? We don't want your charity either, foreigner. It sounds suspiciously like you're defending him. But what? Well, fuck you then. Oh! What the fuck happened?
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
I'm glad I could help.
Courtesy is a rare pleasure in these parts. Though your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
He straightens his hood, and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath is sturdy and fine.
I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvusser, at your service.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was traveling with a caravan, but we were separated near some ruins.
In Gwithan ruins? Those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. Half the locals will arrest you for trespassing, and the rest will kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
Stay silent for now. A man must have his secrets. Very well. Just how did you manage to cross those three drunks?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
You did tell that one man to go fuck his sister. Ah, that. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. It happens all too easily after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. I heard the same thing. For just a moment, he looks as if he's about to say something else. His expression brightens with mischief, but before he can speak, he forces a tight smile, biting his lips so hard you expect to see blood. Finally, his face relaxes, and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time. My apologies. What are you doing in the Gilded Vale?
An excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expected wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
And you? I'm looking for an expert on souls.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. He has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
You don't exactly look like a settler.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you. Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places.
I should get going
How
then.
should I, given recent events? It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Sure.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
Hey, we got our first companion. It only took killing 3 people to get it. Some money. More monies. Alright. I can give you this hat. Would you like the hat? Oh, look at that nice hat. Oh no, the hood is better on you, really. It really is. Oh, you got the scepter, duder. I'll give you this medium shield. I mean, you know.
Yes?
So what can you do? First level wizard spells. Fan of Flames. Huh.
Yes. Indeed.
I do want to go take a look into the ruins. And I do want to get rid of this cough. I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab a drink real quick. Be right back. Oh, man. All right. Oops, I don't want fast mode. I want to go down into this. Worst superhero ever. Sorry, well, it's kind of hard to look over here. Oh. A man lies resting against the wall, lit by the dim illumination. I hate Superman, to be honest with you. I think he's a pretty bad superhero. He's just too powerful. Do too much. Like, oh, look, I got a I got a power for that. It's just lame. One arm is held loosely against the side, sleeve soaked with blood. He gives you an anxious glance as you near, his features twisted with pain. Thought you were some... Never mind. Whoever you are, you've traveled a long way to reach a dark place. This temple isn't what it used to be, probably for the best. Times being as they are. I'm no looter, if that's what you're thinking. Not one of the faithful either. Just wanted to do some good, I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it. Maybe you'd have better luck. What happened? I was trying to avoid the spiders. Ran into a skulder. Might have had a little better for me if the beast hadn't knocked the sword right out of my hand. Good blade, too. Probably still lying there in the dust. But I'm not, so that's alright. It's not a bad wound, I think. Just hurts. What are you going to do? These ruins around us used to be a temple of Aethys, a scattered god. A grand temple at that, as worshippers would come from all over the Darewood. From Raid Saras, even. Not doing... okay, I'm not really that. Until the war. Go on. Once the legacy started, Lord Raedric decided he'd been too lenient. Yeah. We know that story. After that, Raedric ordered the temple sealed. It's been years like that, up until recently. Lord Raedric hopes that if we rededicate the temple to a living god, we'll be forgiven and the legacy will end. But then, till then, the temple is as you see it, unguarded. That's where you come in. Those priests, maybe they didn't have a lick of sense between them. But they still didn't deserve to go like that. Chopped down in their god's house. Doesn't sit right with me. If you can get down there, find the remains, maybe we can finally give them a proper burial. No small task. There's coin in it for you, if you need motivating. Pleasant surprise to see that someone around here has a shred of respect for the dead. I'll find them. And by the flame, I owe you a good turn. But listen, the temple's been sealed off for so long it's crawling with creatures. But if you get past them, the priests would have been down on the lower floor. Cool. Those priests had all kinds of secret chambers. Switches in the walls, trick sconces, that kind of thing. Keep an eye out, and take care. Down there, I wouldn't want to have send someone else after you. I'll wait here for the stairs and keep lookout. Okay. Alright, well, let's go take a look. Fucking piglet on me. I gotta... Oh. What the hell is that? Will-o'-the-wisp. Oh, great. Wow! Okay, you hurt. Get the fuck out. Wow. Bear! Bear, please! Please, Bear! Bear! Adeline! Adeline! Oh, great. And it's fucking healing? Fucking... Stop healing! Oh wow, 22. Alright, I'm not done yet. Come on, Adeline! Kick its ass!
I've reached my limits.
Damn it! Come on there! Adeline! Fuck! Well. Alright. So.
Of course. God's keep.
Yeah, would you rather sneeze a fart or fart a sneeze? I guess I'd rather... am I alone? I don't really mind, you know, and if I have clothes on. Farting a sneeze does not sound awesome. Because sneezes are never dry. Sneezes are always like, you know, how many times do you have a dry sneeze? You get shit all over your pants, man. Ugh. The floorboards are sticky with spills that no one has bothered to clean. The fuck is this place? Swainer, I need to talk to you.
Welcome.
Don't know who you are and don't much care. Keep walking. We're not here to chat with foreigners. Careful. Looks like they're cut from the same cloth as those rowdies who attacked me. Smells like it, too. Trumbull says you've been threatening his family. Oh, shit. Oh, I'd bet he has. All nobility, that Trumbull. 2 big, strong kids. Purest souls in all the Gilded Vale. Coward sending out messengers to handle his business. Well, you can go and tell him that we haven't had a solid meal in days on account of him. We can't afford a good drink on account of him. And won't be bullied by some foreigner on account of him. What if I buy you all around? Fair enough. You bring us something to wet our throats, and we might be. And I'll... Okay. So you need to get ale. There was some free ale outside there, but... Ah, shit. More of... Storm Brightblade. Oh, fuck. That's a lot. Conversations how to effectively hold a bow. I wonder what these are. See a woman in her satchel onto her bed, taking stock of her inventory. Potions, bandages, tinctures, and herbs are scattered throughout her room, haphazardly. She bites her lip, head tilts to the side considering. She begins to repack, one item after the other. Careful deliberation undercut by shaking hands. Each item has clearly marked place. But no matter how she repacks it, she isn't satisfied. Shaking worsens as she empties it out once more, one hand held to her mouth. Tears eke from her eyes as she gives up all semblance of order and shoves everything she can into a satchel, grabbing it and running out of the house. Out of the bear house. Straightening her back, she walks to the docks, chin high, eyes hard and red. A gangly young elf offers her his condolences, but you can't see him for the ocean ahead of her. He wanders the docks, offering her services as a doctor to any who will listen, anyone heading out on the high tide. Less than an hour later, she watches her childhood disappear in the distance, tiny speck of an island, and tries not to jump. I'm not sure what I just saw. I'll take that tip. Ew. Brown slop is congealing. Tenforth! You owe me there, buddy. Hey! It's you, my savior! It's good to be back. Do not think I will let this go unrewarded. I have decided that you have earned the right to learn one of my most closely guarded secrets, my dearest recipe. After this, you will eat nothing else. A savory pie to keep you hale and hearty. May it serve you well. That's it? I will name a dish in your honor. Oh, thanks. Fucking worthless. I'm stealing your ale.
God's keep.
Oh. I wanted to get them a drink. How do I give them a drink? If you're not an ale, I don't have business with you. I got you freaking ale. What the fuck?
Hello.
Maybe I can talk to Pasha into giving them their ale.
Good day to you.
Hello and welcome to the... Oh, it's you! Tenforth told us what you did for him. It's such a relief to have him back. I can't thank you enough. Consider yourself a favor to the house. Discounts on drinks, rooms. Tenforth said he wanted to whip up something nice for you. He's already back to work in the kitchen. So what would you like? I'd like to buy a round. Fine fellows, you're having me on. Any more fighting and I'll have to ban Swainer from the inn entirely. Until then, it's 6 copper pieces for the lot. Alright. Right then, 3 drinks for 3 fools. Just take care with them, they're a hot-tempered bunch. Cool. Oh, damn.
Good day to you.
I've brought drinks. Aye, so you have. By the flame, I never thought I'd be happy for a mug of the Blackhound shit beer. God said good. Alright then, you've got my attention. What is it you've got to say? Look, there's no sense in threatening the miller. You have him up against a wall. Maybe you could ask some of the other villagers for help. You're right. Things go on like they are, and we're just going to end up hanging from that tree out there. Tell Trumbull we'll leave him be. Don't know what we'll do now with the crops failing. Haven't got another trade to speak of. I think Pasha needs a hand around the inn. No. Because I think you're a dick.
Good day, stranger.
I could use some reliable help. Do you know of anyone looking for work? Oh, well, I wouldn't say I can speak from experience, but we do have a certain sort coming by looking for work from time to time. If you want to hire someone, I'd be happy to send them your way. Let me see what I have to work with. Oh, fuck you.
Welcome.
I'd like to know more about the Black Hound. Really? Well, let me see. The actual villain's been here for years, but the Black Hound's fairly new. We've got a lot of new faces in here, too. Fewer than we used to, I'll admit. Tenforth's the big draw. I'm sure we'll get the big crowds back again in no time. I used to work the tables, actually, until the old owner up and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him. Even left his poor hound behind. That's the name, see? The Black Hound. It's still sitting upstairs pining after him, poor old girl. Place ended up in my hands somehow. My very own inn. A lot of hard work involved, but it's been worth it so far. Huh. Please sit where you like. Would you like a drink or a room? We have 2 available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by way of a good meal today, unless you're fond of cold porridge. See what you get for sale. Nothing I really want. Alright. Let's go upstairs. A carouser. Roaches scatter and flee under the crates. Oh shit, there's a whole fucking party there. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't mean to... Crammed behind the books was a drawing that shows Athos and Lord Raedric in a compromising position. You see a man. See, I don't know what these are yet. Bars whirling of elbows, knees, fists. So some monk. I'm not sure what these all are. I'm sure there's kind of a story there somewhere, but... The Black Hound. This hound stares intently at the covered window, head cocked as if waiting to hear a particular sound. It looks up when you approach and whines a low note. Oh. Sorry, girl. Don't think he's coming back. Well, you can come with me. Maybe we'll find him on the way. Do I have another pet? I can't tell. I guess maybe? Question mark? Would you rather be... I'd rather be 6'2". I love being taller. I would hate to be short again. The worn dog-eared book is titled Travels Upon the Selglass Sea. There's an etched illustration. Okay. Let's talk to you. A dear wooden woman is standing in front of the fireplace, humming a quiet tune to herself, or perhaps to her unborn child, for she is clearly quite pregnant. She turns her head slightly as you enter.
Well met.
Well, finally, I was starting to think... Oh, I'm sorry, I was expecting someone else. Can I help you? Nice cat. I just arrived in the Gilded Vale. I thought I'd get to know the locals. Were you with the caravans? Master Odma's, by chance? Why do you ask? My sister. Oh, her sister. Oh. Kalisha is traveling with one of the caravans. She sent a letter before she came. She said she was going to pay her way by working as a guard for the caravan master. She always was a tough one. I don't suppose you've seen her on the road, or the caravan, perhaps. Kalisha didn't make it. Ofra covers her mouth with a hand, eyes wide with horror. For a few moments she can manage nothing but a strangled, voiceless gasping, her eyes brimming with tears. Oh. I knew... I told her it was a dangerous path to take. Kalisha was always so certain she could take on any danger. Oh, my poor sister. I'm sorry, stranger. I can't believe she's gone. If only I hadn't called her here. If I hadn't written to her, she might still be alive somewhere. Why did you send for her? I'm worried about the baby, about the legacy. I told Kalisha as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now, every child born in Gilded Vale has been soulless, empty. It's happened to so many mothers, and Lord Raedric, he's exiled all of them, calling it a sign of the gods' disfavor. With my half-lord gone? I don't know how I'd manage if I lost my home too. Okay. I hope Kalisha could help me. They say Renga, the old midwife, knows a way to prevent a child being hollowborn, but she moved south to Anslag's Compass 2 seasons ago. The journey's too far for me. I can't make it as I am. I don't have anyone else now, with Kalisha gone. Can you help me? I'll find Renga. You will? Oh, gods bless you. Here, I'll give you the coin to pay her with. You needn't trouble yourself with that. I think it's a drink she fashioned out of... Well, I'm not sure, but it shouldn't be too much of a burden to carry back. Anslach Compass is what we call the lagoon to the south. You'll have to cross the wilds to get there. That's what keeps me from trying myself. Thank you again, truly. You'll be saving us both. All right. Just check my phone again, quick. Tomorrow is going to be absolute hell. With our receptionist let go. Things could be rather difficult. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Steven, I'm not sure. Steven Smalls, I don't really know. So... I guess there's a couple things we can try and do. I'd like to do some side questing before I necessarily do anything else right now. You ever been to Defiance Bay? Let's go to the Valewood. Fuck that, I'm not being a receptionist. Fuck that. We have a grappling hook, which is what I wanted to use here. Use the grappling hook. Climb to the top. Camping supplies? Sure. Fulvano's glove. Properties. Offensive reflex +5. Sure. Scrawled letter. Okay. Let's throw these gloves on. Oh, the Black Hound pet. Oh, he's a better than the fucking space pig. Can I put those gloves on? Where are the gloves? What happened to my gloves? What happened? Where did they go? Where did the gloves go? What am I missing here? Rapier, lockpick, fruit, a hammer and chisel pry bar, hound, helm, sveth, goldratt chew, and a regeneration. Is this the stat? Oh, weird. I didn't even know there was this stash. Why would it go to my stash? That's interesting. Okay. Can I get down from here now? That fucking pig. Climb down. Alright. Well, let's go talk with Trembledore. We climbed 8 hours just to get some gloves. Or rather, we walked 16 hours, I guess, just to get some gloves. Alright, let's go talk to Thimbledore Point. I was hoping I sent my brother-in-law an invite for going out for some drinks tonight at Fridays, but I think he's ditching me, guys. Hey, buddy.
Well met, friend.
I spoke to Swainer. Keep it. I'm gonna be super good guy Toegoff. Excuse me. So I think it's only Thursday? Yeah. But Fridays has deals on Thursday. And I think I'm actually good here. I don't know if I want to rest yet. I've looked in the smithy. Did I go in this house? There's no house to go into. In Toland, it's... Who is Aeder is that one dude who, like, won't talk to me until I sleep, I think. So we can't really kill those will-o'-the-wisp things because they just fuck us hard. This dude's weird. Like, why can't I talk to him? Because too many people go to the place on Fridays. So... Well, do we sleep or... No, let's help out that one chick. Oh, man. Building the Warden's Lodge in your stronghold. Well, yeah. Thanks for the spoilers, game. What the fuck? Wolfie. Big Wolf. Big Wolf kicking the shit out of Barry. When your tank is getting its... Fuck! Wow! Alright, I mean, we survived, but... Good God! Maybe we should go back to town.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Oh, I missed that! You must gather your party before venturing forth. You'd rather be French, Canadian, or dead? Oh, God. That's a tough one. Just to know that I would have anything in common with Zephyr is enough for me to, Oh, it's either a thunderstorm outside or something broke. I can't imagine there's a thunderstorm. But there was a loud crack of what sounded like thunder. I think there was a Disney film where a guy who was on his computer got struck by lightning and learned the entire internet in his brain. So I'm going to go for that.
Greetings.
Like a room, please. Let's just take the common room. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of the Gilded Vale's gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman, whose face is shriveled inward like moldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Screamer! Oh, God! Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air, she speaks a word. Watcher. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. Guff. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with new queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Great. Oh wait, I'm going the wrong way. Whatever. Oh, well, yeah, now she's glowing and evil. Welcome to our lovely village. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bough that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. Ew. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surrounding, but there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out towards the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with new unfamiliar awareness. Once you expand it enough to reach her, there's a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing, electric surge of images and words and sounds. Hey! Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness, in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Am I imagining this?
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy, then. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I, wherever here may be.
How are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it.
I never did finish Original Sin.
Very good choice.
I need to understand something has happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
And what is a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it. Sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on. And those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either living or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them. Know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder.
What did you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties. You should see old Mayorwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kanua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
I got a instant message. That's why I smiled.
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no? Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how.
I would be a ditto.
We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again. But less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
I want to know something about you.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
Who are you?
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
She lasps, a rasping, choked cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth. Oh.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old...
I would be a jinx, ponies.
Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife. See why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months. Looked high and low for impurities. Tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
Nothing.
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up. A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us? The best? Inspirations. Miracle workers. My parents were soul twins. Miserable before they met. Empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other. Turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
Oh, I think that's it.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Are you alright? You seem lost just now. Yes, I'm fine. That's good to know, but I don't suppose you could tell me what that was all about. I don't want to tell him I'm a watcher. Well, that is interesting. I expect that explains your earlier, reticence about your experience in the ruins, In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about the Watchers? Only that they're rare, and they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions, as you demonstrated. Ah, I leveled up. Let's take a save. Don't forget my lotion. Alright. So, I think I'm done with this for a little while. Although I'm kind of feeling like a Left 4 Dead 2 mode again. I don't know if Ponies Gamer and Sin, if you guys feel like playing, we could rock out. Otherwise, we could do something else. But I'm kind of in the mood to do something else. Mostly because I'm just in the mood to shoot stuff. I mean, we can see us go, but oh man. Do you want to see us go then? What the fuck? I don't know where that came from.